can hear me. In the back, can you hear me? Awesome, thank you so much. We'll move on to the varsity. We won't keep you here too long. Once again, thanks for being here tonight. I've said that like 10 times, but I really appreciate you taking time out. Just a shout out once again to the parents, the players, the boosters. I'm gonna read my script, and not too much, but it just keeps me organized. These things kind of get me nervous. I can teach phys ed and sports all day long, but this stuff kind of freezes me up, so work with me. Thank you to the parents, players, boosters, volunteers, TASA, Pep Bowl Soccer, athletic director, Mr. Fisk, my fellow coaches. A special shout out to Brian Richard. He filmed for us all year, uploading film to Huddle. Absolutely, yes.
You gotta flip the camera. You gotta flip the camera.
And as you can see, he's still filming. So thank you, Brian Richard. Thank you to the Richard family. They're amazing people. Thank you. Thank you to, again, the parents for all that you do. I don't know if you hear it enough, but you know, being a parent too now, that everything you do for the players, feeding them, washing their uniforms, their stinky uniforms, their stinky socks, their shorts, you know, driving them to practice, driving them to games, picking them up. Good practices, bad practices, playing in the games, not playing in the games. You know, it's just such an emotional roller coaster. And I just, want to say thank you for everything you do, parents. Thank you so much. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you once again to my fellow coaches, Coach Ray, Coach Bob, Coach Stern, Coach Paul, Coach Caleb. We have an awesome coaching staff, and I can't do it myself, especially these days. So thank you for all that you contribute to the boys, to the parents, to the boys soccer program. You guys are absolutely amazing coaches. So thank you for all that you do. Thanks to the players. You guys represent us well. This is my 11th year, 10 years with the varsity, 1 year JV, and I truly believe that we keep growing. Every year we keep growing. As a program, we have amazing players, more than just playing, like just good young men, and that's what we strive to be. So thank you to all the players. Thank you, boys, appreciate you. Okay. On the season, 10-6-1, counting the playoffs. I literally say this every year, and Max, you know it, but I could argue that this was probably maybe our best team to date, okay? Of the 6 losses, 4 were by 1 goal. A loss is a loss at the end of the day, but, we're in the hunt for, 95% of the games, okay? And they could have gone either way. Of all things, the maturity was incredible at the varsity level. Training was really good. There was no headaches or, inconsistency with effort. And the leadership was really good for all 8 seniors, was really good this year. You guys were all in. And then the other underclassmen was one of our coaching goals for this off season and during the season was, are these guys going to step up? Because there's going to be huge shoes to fill next year. And you guys were awesome. And I know you're still playing. So you guys did your job too. Thank you, boys. Okay. We're going to start with the seniors, so we'll call the seniors up. Boys, it's been a year off, but you kind of know the routine. We'll have you come up behind us and line up. First one up, we got Danny the Goat Goad. All right. As he's coming up, Danny is absolutely hilarious. He wore a wig one practice. He turned into Ellen, and he hit a 25-yard banger to end the scrimmage. Wig on and all. Absolutely incredible. That is Danny Goad. Played huge minutes for us. He's sneaky athletic, and he's absolutely hilarious. And no one backpedals better than Danny Goad. Amazing. There it is. More arms, Danny. More arms. If you haven't seen that, I'll clip some Huddle film for you, and it's just tremendous. Next up, we got Everett Smith. Everett is Everett Smith is an awesome human being. He's just so awesome, so kind, so reliable. You know, even when guys get frustrated, I don't think Everett's ever said a bad word. He's just such a good person. He's amazing. One practice, I remember Everett just turned into like messy one day. Megan guys left and right. I think you boys remember this. It was just, what is going on? He can do that, you know, but it was like, it was awesome. He scored a left-footed beauty during bread and butter. That was just a ridiculous goal. But that's just Everett. He comes every day looking to work, and he's just got a great group of boys with him too. So thank you, Everett. Next guy up is Nick Rivas. Nick Rivas is the pivot man. Center back, outside back, it doesn't really matter. Nick's on the field and he's producing for us. Besides Neshoba, he got owned by the right striker. Nick, you know it's true. It's okay. He had a very, very good season for us. Nick, Nick's one of my interns, and I just look at Nick and I just start laughing. And I mean that in the best way possible. Nick is so funny. He is the practice free kick extraordinaire. No one's hit probably better free kicks in practice than Nick, and he'll let you know about it. 4v4, you play 4v4 almost every single training. He's always chirping the boys and getting them riled up, and the guys know that. I love that. That's the fun stuff, and Nick's so good at that. So I'll miss you for that, Nick. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, next one we got is Nathan Nesbitt. Nathan was pretty quiet until October, and then it became spooky season. As the boys like to say. He went on a big point streak, got a huge shout out from Jake Richard at the pep rally, and then he just went off. We needed that spark pretty badly at that time, so Nathan, thank you for that, and thank you for all the flashes. You know, it makes things really excited, and you know, I love that spooky season stuff, so you're awesome, Nathan. Thank you, man. Next one up, Ryan Lavery. Awesome. Ryan Lavery, Ryan's Mr. Reliable. He's the fastest player in the field. He's incredibly tough. Unless he's at a college visit, I really don't think Ryan missed a minute of training or a minute of a match all season long. He never complains. I ask the girls all the time when I see him in the morning, and then, you know, putting their bags away, or at the beginning of practice, like, you know, I say too much. I'm like, hey, how are you doing? You doing okay? Like, you know, how things feel, you know, the difference between soreness and injury. And Ryan is just like a robot. You know, I feel great. I feel awesome. I'm good. I'm ready. You know, just, he's a beast. And Ryan is also a league all-star for us. Congratulations, Ryan. Right. Next one we got, Jake Richard, captain. All right. When I think of Jake, I think of relentless. He never gives up. Even playing the season, literally 90% of the season on a bad ankle. We taped that ankle like so bad. We had a ankle brace. We had a ankle brace on outside of the cleat on that thing, and Jake just gutted it out. He went on to get 10 goals and 6 assists on the season. It doesn't matter the sport or the time. Jake's one of my interns as well. Jake's gonna compete. And I truly admire that about Jake. If it's not competitive, it's not for Jake. He decides the level of play for those around him, and you gotta get to that level if you wanna play with Jake Richard. Jake's also my fantasy football insider. I'll miss our talks in the morning, Jake. This is a big overnight waiver wire, so Jake's and I have discussed our waiver wire transactions, so everything should be looking nice for the morning. I always love that. Jake is a league all-star, a Central Mass all-star. He's an amazing captain for the underclassmen in the program, and I'm very hopeful that Jake is going to be playing at the next level as well. Jake Richards. So, next one we got Evan Gabor, captain. All right, coming into the season, some may know and some might not know, but Evan was nursing not one but 2 hip injuries. If you didn't know, you probably didn't really see it. And I looked at my wife and I said, and she hears way too much soccer, way too much soccer. And she goes back to work tomorrow after a 3-month-old. Yeah, not good. But yeah, she's a huge supporter of mine. But I literally said to her, like, I need to pray, and I need you to pray that Evan Gabor makes it through the season. And I need you here, honey. And she did, and he made it through the season. Thank the Lord. Okay, huge turnout for us. But boy, did he ever make it through the season. Evan, to my knowledge, and I don't know, Paul, you might know, but I think he might have set a record. It's 13 goals, 10 assists, 23 points on the season. Yeah, it's a lot. Evan is a league MVP of Mid-Watch B. He's a Central Mass All-Star, he's All-State, and he's in the process of being voted on for All-American. More than the stats, Evan, you grew emotionally this year. You control your emotions so well. I don't know if you want me to say that, but I was so impressed with how you did that this year. Because you're like a tiger, and you really controlled it, man. And I was so impressed with you. Thank you, Evan Gabor. Last but certainly not least, our guy, Max Patnod, captain. All right. I better not cry. I tell you what, having 2 kids is going to do that to you. That's not good. All right. Captain is junior year, captain is senior year. There's countless leadership moments from off-season pickups, weight room lifting sessions, practice plan development. Max is literally like an assistant coach for us. He's so intelligent and honest. I could always pick his brain and get a feel for the sessions about what's going on, tactically what's going on, how do you feel it, and I can trust his word. He's got a bright mind for the game. If you want to get into coaching in the future, he's absolutely there. He's a fierce role model for the younger players in the program, whether it's the younger varsity guys or the younger JV guys. If you watch Max Patnod play, you know that's NM soccer, and that's the way to play quality, hard soccer. He had 12 points on the season. He missed time with a bad leg injury, and he got it out the Auburn game in the North Reading playoff game. Nowhere near 100% because he didn't want to let the guys down. Just pure heart. Max is a league all-star and a Central Mass all-star. Max Patnod. Max, Jake, and Evan will be playing in the Central Mass All-Star game on Friday, November 26th at noon at Millbury High School. representing NM Soccer. Congratulations, boys. All right, here we go. The rest of the varsity boys, well deserving as well. Okay, here we go. Midfielder, Jack Harrington. Sophomore, I treat you a sophomore, Marlon. That's a compliment. Marlon Artuso. Midfielder for anywhere. Junior midfielder, Tristan Miner. Not here tonight. Big piece of the puzzle for us. Sophomore central midfielder Tyler Jastrap. Next up is a sophomore defender, Colton Werlinger. Next up, junior goalkeeper, Elliot Panaccioni. All right, next up, sophomore defender, midfielder, very versatile player, Colin Harrington. Next up, junior midfielder forward, Ronald Nolan. Next up, midfielder, defender, saved our lives at goalie, Lukian Yamanishi. Not here tonight, unfortunately. Sophomore defender, funny guy, Joe Marriott. Next up is a junior for Noah Bagley. All right, next up, junior defender, Brady Walker. All right, last but not least, Rowan, I promise, man. Sophomore defender, Rowan McCarthy. All right, at this time, Coach Bob would just like to say a few words.
Check. Can you hear me? Hi, folks. I wanted to say a few words, and I worked on a speech, and it timed out at 52 minutes, so bear with me. No, I'm just kidding. I just want to say I want to thank the coach for inviting me here to help with the goalkeeping. And prior to COVID, you might know that I was running a thriving soccer and futsal club as the technical director, responsible for player development and coach development. But COVID shut us down, and I was twiddling my thumbs, had nothing to do, and these guys found me. And you know, NM is special to me. My daughter played here as well. So I wanted to give back. And a year ago I started, and I wasn't sure what I was going to get myself into. I didn't know any of the players. I didn't know the coaches. And over time I've grown to know these guys. And one of the things I was worried about, you know, especially having to develop coaches for many years, is, what are these people like? How are they going to respond to me and so forth? And I have to say it's been a very pleasant experience. And I started out with goalkeeping, and I talked to Coach, and I said, you know, if there's anything else you need help with, just let me know. I've got a lot of experience. And it's been my experience in the past that most people will shut that down and refuse the help, but not this guy. He said, yeah, help me out. What can you do? And over the last year and a half, we've worked together, and he's gotten way better. It's amazing. I'm telling you, it's rare to see someone, you know, accept help and develop that quickly. And what I want the players to know, all right, not just these guys, but the rest of you, is that you got a gold mine here. All right, I'm serious. This guy is great. He's great for the program, and I'd like you to give them all a standing ovation, please. Many years ago, I was in college studying for exams, and I started freaking out. Wasn't sure if I was ready, didn't know what to do, so I called one of my mentors and I said, I'm all anxious, exams are coming, I think I'm gonna flunk and all that. And he said, well, let me ask you a question. Have you done everything that you can to prepare with the little time that you've had? And he's probably trying to find out, was I screwing off or was I trying to prepare? And I honestly said, yes, I've done everything I can to get ready. He said, take a breath, take the test, and you'll be fine. And he was right. I aced all my exams, and I feel great. And I've used that through everything through life. So you'll know when you're shortchanging yourself, guys, and you know when you're preparing for something big. And that's how you can measure your development. So there have been many times where I've doubted myself, and I thought back to that moment, and I said, all right, wait a minute, but I have prepared. I didn't half-ass it, so I'm okay, and things have gone well. And I want to tell you about a moment this season on the field where we were playing against, I think it was Marlboro, and we were down 3-0, I think it was halftime. And we're in the second half, and Coach walked over and he says, Coach, I don't know what else to do. And I sat back and I said, wow, I've had that feeling many times. I wanted to tell him this story, but we didn't have time. We had to coach. But what I did tell him the next day was that he already did it, meaning he already prepared. He worked hard with the players. So now, play. And whatever happens, happens. Well, he called timeout. We came roaring back, two big goals, one shy of tying that game up. So it's another example of, you might have moments of self-doubt, but if you prepare, right? Just prepare and don't cheat yourself. You'll be okay and you don't have to panic. So thank you for your time. Coach, great job.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate that. It's working nice. Awesome. On to our season awards. We have some well-earned awards, which we give out more. This year's team was just so much fun. You guys are just so much fun. Had a great time with this group of guys. Okay. We have coaches awards. Our 3 captains are going to get the coaches awards this year. Well deserving. Evan Gabor, Jake Richard, Max Patnod. You guys can come on up, boys. We've never had a year with all the captains making the league all-star team, never mind all 3 captains making the Central Mass all-star team. It just hasn't happened. Evan, Jake, and Max are called the 3 Musketeer headaches by the other coaches in the league at the postseason all-star selection meeting for good reason. You literally can't game plan for all 3 of them. It's just impossible, and that's what we do. The boys know that. We take the Bill Belichick approach, and we take away their best player, or we at least try to do that. But we're usually pretty good at it. So these guys are just a pure joy to have, skillfully but leadership-wise as young men. They led the team in points during their senior season and their junior season. That's just so hard to do. It's incredible. It's amazing. They roll together. Thank you, boys, for being a coach's dream, for all the coaches, for being great role models to the younger varsity players and the JV players alike. And thank you for your contributions to the program, boys. Coaches Awards. Thank you, boys. All right, next up is the Patriot Award. We'll say the name right now, or we'll describe it. Ryan Lavery, come on down, Ryan. Patriot Award goes to someone who reflects and embodies the NM Boys Soccer program. They're tough, they're competitive, they're dependable, they're reliable, they're reflective. They do things the right way. They're humble. They're a good student, they're a good athlete, and they're just a really, really good person that you can count on. There's someone that you can follow and trust. I tell the guys all the time, I need to be able to follow your leadership and believe in you like you believe in me. And you're the guy, Ryan Lavery. Thank you, man. Next award is the Unsung Hero Award. Tyler Drastrop is not here tonight. Boo, Tyler. Just kidding. Tyler is well deserving of the award, even though he's not here tonight. Tyler pretty much had to man mark some of the best players that Central Mass has to offer. Tyler's a sophomore. He was in our central midfield position. So he did a lot of that dirty work to cover these guys defensively in the CDM position, to take them out of the game so that, Evan and Jake and our, Nesbitt and you name it could flourish. And it's just not a fun job at times because you're literally chasing a Clydesdale. And he never complained, ever. And for that, he gets the Unsung Hero Award. Tyler Jastrow. Captain's Award is going to be given out by our captains, and Coach Bob has something very good to say as well.
Okay, I'm going to add one unscripted award tonight. It's going to be called, from here on out, the Coach Bob Award. It's the first time it's ever been given out. There's no pins, plaques, or anything, just a handshake. When I came to this program a little over a year ago, I was at tryouts, working with the goalkeepers, getting them ready. And by the way, I do want to point out Adam, Gannon, Elliot, Lukian this year worked with me. You're all great players, and I had a great time, thank you. But I was watching tryouts, and there was a player who had really great foot skills, but they were all on one side. I'm watching it, it's over and over again, same, different tricks, but all on one side. And I walked over to this gentleman, I said, if I just watch you for a few minutes, I know how to defend you and take away your strengths. I go, if you develop that other side, you're going to be dead. Now, I don't know if this player listened to me. I don't know if they tried to get better. I don't know what they did. But wind tape a year later, and we have tryouts, and then we go to games, and this player is two-footed completely. And he's destroying people all over the field. And I think that deserves special mention. And I'll talk to him later about what he did, if anything, to get better. But the Coach Bob Award goes to Evan Gabor. Now, do you? Okay. One last thing. There was a moment this year when we were at Marlboro, and it was 1-1, about 75 minutes in, 5 minutes left in the game. This guy plays most of the game, tired. And we had a free kick. Lukian served the ball up the middle. 2 passes, and this guy got the ball, left-footed, far post, score. We end up winning the game. But I watched the tape after that, and you might have seen I did some analysis and posted it. And it looked remarkably similar to something that happened to me a long time ago. I won't say the years, in high school. But the play was very similar. But if you watch what happened, you just ran 75 minutes. Your teammate got the ball and you went on a 47-yard sprint. I don't know if you understand that. 47 yards straight up the field. Your midfielder put it on your foot, you scored. I don't know many people who are going to sprint 47 yards after a 75-minute game. I certainly am not. But I just want to tell you that was something that brought memories back to me, and I want to thank you for that. Okay. All right, now the Captain's Award, given out by the captains. There's another award too, right? This is it's a league award, right? League Academic Award goes to Lukian Yamanishi. Now one more word here. Sorry. I'm sure many of you know we were in training in preseason, and Elliot got hurt, and we were panicked. We said, well, what are we going to do? And then somebody came up to me and they said, this kid over here played goal before, and I got scared. And so we worked out together for 2 hours, and I reported to Coach. I said, well, you need to make some decisions, but I did what I could do. Well, this guy, I think, saved our season. We got off to a great start, and he kept us in, all along until Elliot could get back in. So, Lukian, thank you very much. It was great.
So Lukian is also our Captain's Award winner. Lukian was obviously huge all season, playing goalie for us. Once Elliot came back, Lukian just immediately scored a 30-yard banger to set it right. He was a huge part of our team, especially being a sophomore, just a huge leader, and We appreciate you a lot, Lucian.
And one last thing is that like Lugion as a sophomore would always get the water every day with Joe, and he'd always just have the best attitude about it all the time. I've been able to play with him for soccer and basketball, and he's just the greatest kid. So good job, Lugion.
I love you, Luca. That's all she wrote. Thank you so much tonight. If anyone wants to, I know it's getting late, but if anyone wants to hang around, we're gonna, line these lovely chairs back up in order. They'll have,